Hey everybody, it's your old pal Chuck, and I'm back with another review. And today we're taking a look at, and pretty much finishing up our look at, for right now, the mainline Rise of the Beast line with uh, Rhinox and Bumblebee, both from the Battle Changers line. I got these figures off of Amazon, but they are available at mainline retail such as Target, Walmart, and Mares. If you can't find them yet, they should be coming. They should be being stocked on shelves very soon. This is basically the simplest transforming figures outside of gimmick changers that you can get in the Rise of the Beast line. These are nice, chunky figures, a simplified transformation, and they do have a weapon gimmick, as we've seen with Optimus Prime and Mirage, who we've already taken a look at. Now, Rhinox and Bumblebee are part of Wave 1 with Optimus Prime. Mirage, who knows, but we'll get into more of that later. What we'll do right now is we will pause and we'll come back and take a look at Rhinox. Okay, so Rhinox is basically a rhinoceros. Very simple. And, uh, long-standing, popular Beast Wars character. Yes, little hollow, very thin plastic, but it is a fun fit, a great desk toy, and I kind of dig the look. Transformation is very simple. What you want to do is pop up the legs from the back here, bring them down and around. While you're doing that, go ahead and fold the rhinoceros's legs back. Continue to bring the legs forward on the hip joint, and then bring the hip joint back and peg it into place. By the way, I want to mention all these figures have stand pegs, so that's kind of cool. Next, what you want to do is separate the legs so they can stand up, and then you can come up into the arms here. On this side, we'll flip out the fist, and then on this side, we can go ahead and flip this all the way around, and there's Rhinox's chain gun to do. Finally, we're going to move the rhinoceros's head back and just bring it down. It is, believe it or not, on a ball joint, so there is some wiggle jiggle, and you want to go ahead and there are some tabs and slots in the shoulder, but there is Rhinox in its robot mode, and I gotta say, kind of cool. Um, the chain gun of doom does spin. It looks very close to the original spinning chain whip weapon that the original Rhinox came with. This hand is on a ball joint. I mean, this is actually some good articulation here. You got ball joints in the shoulders, no elbow joints, ball joint at the hip, knee bend, mostly for our transformation, no waist articulation, but hey, this is kind of cool. Um, there is a nice amount of deco here too. You do have some silver where the feet meet, so where the ankle would be. And again, and I like that metallic green on the gun. So that's Rhinox. What we'll do now is we'll pause and come back and take a look at Bumblebee. Okay, so here's Bumblebee in its off-road Camaro mode. Now, we've taken a look at the Studio Series version, and we've taken a look at the Beast Combiner version, which, if I'm being honest, looks more like a classic Camaro. So I think this is the first simplified toy we're taking a look at for that uses the look that's going to have for some moments in the film. So it does roll quite nicely, by the way. Nice chunky little beast here. So the first thing you want to do is come underneath, and we're going to unpeg the arms from the legs and just rotate them out, just like so. You maybe want to spread them out a little at the armpits there. Come into the top, lift it up just like so. That's the rear windshield area. And then bring the legs down, and then you want to pull them out here at the waist. And what you can then do is spread the legs a little so that they can flip the feet out, and then you want to rotate Bumblebee at the waist so the legs are facing the proper direction. Now, keep this back panel down as you fold the front of the car forward. That way it'll have the clearance to move. And then what you want to do is keep folding up, and basically what's going to happen is uh, the you want the torso is going to peg into uh, the tab here on the front that was actually holding it in car mode. So there's that, and you might have to just do it a couple times to make sure it pegs in tightly. And then come around the back and just push this up until it snaps into place. There, friction between the two uh, doors. So there's Bumblebee, and Bumblebee does have a weapon gimmick in this arm. You can flip the fist around, and there's his blaster, which I do believe is 5mm port compatible, maybe. But as I said in the Mirage video, I thought that maybe Bumblebee borrowed some bits from Mirage, but this is no, it's entirely different, entirely new. It just, even the weapon is on the different arm. It's just the same basic idea. So the arms are on ball joints. They can move like that, ball joint at the hips, and you have a waist articulation, so that's nice. And now, of course, that's for the transformation. And because of the transformation, again, ankle pivot. So Bumblebee has some fair, I shouldn't say great, but fair movement for what it is. So that's what I think we'll do now is we'll pause and we'll come back with my final thoughts. Before we get into my final thoughts proper, I thought what I would do is I would show you the entire wave. So as I said at the beginning, Optimus Prime is part of Wave 1 with Bumblebee and Rhinox. That's on the shelves right now. That's easy to find. Mirage is also showing up on shelves, and we believe it to be part of Wave 2. There's a little bit of uncertainty about what's being released and when. It's very possible Mirage is actually a standalone figure part of a Wave 1.5. Hasbro likes to do that every now and then. But again, it's showing up in Target, Walmart, Mayors. Some online retailers actually have stock. Now, as I mentioned, I got Optimus Prime, Bumblebee, and Rhinox from Amazon. But here's my issue. As some of you would know, Amazon uses a pricing algorithm to figure out pricing, which means when supply or stock of one item starts to go down, they will raise the price. This is on toiletries, home goods, food, toys, electronics, you name it. And that's what they do, and that's actually what's going on right now. Both Bumblebee and Optimus Prime are retailing for $11.99, where Rhinox is only selling for $9.99. Now, a customer service agent who was, let's be honest, reading off a script, when I tried to argue the point about that these are all from the same wave, from the same line, and in a retail store like Target would be sold at the same price point, was showing me that Bumblebee, at least, actually weighs more than Rhinox. Now, I'll be honest, handling Rhinox, handling Bumblebee, I don't feel any weight difference. Maybe a slight difference in Bumblebee's favor, making Bumblebee a little heavier just because the legs are a little more solid than Rhinox's, but not anything to the point where it should make a difference. Optimus Prime, same thing. Like, I would even say, yeah, Optimus Prime is a touch heavier, but that's a denser figure. So I'm telling you all this, that for right now, you might want to avoid buying the battle changers off of Amazon until the pricing comes under control or there's like a sale or discount if you want to get all three. If you're just buying Rhinox, go ahead. because they're not going to do price matching, they're not going to honor anything, and they're going to play stupid when you call them out on the algorithm, which is a shame because these are fine figures. Um, they make for great desk toys, and as I said in a previous review, I would love to see them as part, maybe replace not as part, but replacing the one-step gimmick changing figures. That I think this is really would be that intermediary point inter intermediary point. Ugh, my tongue is a little scrambled between the play school rescue bots. You know, one fold them and they're done figures, and a mainline deluxe. Now, so that's that. Mirage here, I have been ignoring Mirage, but Mirage is still a fine figure. I know we've gotten some more looks at its mainline deluxe, but again, fun figure, and hopefully, as this review is going out, it'll start showing up in more areas. So that's about it. Now we will pause for my final. Okay, so Rhinox and Bumblebee, much like Optimus Prime, are fun figures. And I've been saying that a lot to the point where I'm sure a lot of you are tired of me repeating myself. And either one or even both of them are a great entry point to the movie line if you want a simple uh, transforming figure with an unobtrusive gimmick that's actually kind of fun. It's at least in with Rhinox here spinning his chain gun of doom. Um, but as I said, just keep an eye on the price. You don't want to pay more for a figure than you really should. These are not $11, $12 figures. These are like 9 or 10. Also, I forgot to mention, if you were wondering about size, these are halfway between the old Scout and the old Deluxe class size point. So they're in about there. Um, I'm looking forward to what's coming in the future. We do know that Scourge is going to be part of this subline, so I'm looking forward to that. But that's about it for the review. If you like this review, please consider liking, commenting, and subscribing. While I always appreciate the views, the likes, comments, and subscriptions help to communicate to YouTube through their algorithms that my channel should be exalted and held upon high. If you want to make the ultimate sign of support, I do have a Patreon. It is www.patreon.com/chuckdog1999. All I ask for is $1 a month, $12 a year. No thrills, no tears, no special rewards. All you're doing is helping me help you to help me help you bring figures like this to you, as well as keeping up the infrastructure of the channel. But as I always say, if you can't afford the Patreon, your views are more than thanks enough. Patreon is just a cherry on top of an already generous sundae. That's about it for the review. This is your old pal Chuck for Rhinox and Bumblebee. We will see you next time.